Every now and then when I feel a bit buggy, I look at the floor, maybe need a new ruggy. Scratch that, I'll get some beers and get chuggy. Nah, man, I know what I need, some more Man Huggie. Oh, Man Huggie. Some more Man Huggie. Put your headphones on for proper audio quality, motherfucker.
What up? What it do? It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with? As always, Joseph Huggie, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 101. A lesson in podcasting, motherfuckers. What's going on, Joseph?
What's up, man? How are you?
Never been better. How
Pretty good. So what is this title about? I'm a little curious.
are you? Well, like, you know, it's like...
like 101.
101, bro. Yeah, you need a lesson.
Class.
You need a lesson in podcasting.
Apparently so, man. Apparently so.
Jesus F, baby.
How are you, sir? How have you been?
I've been good. My calves are burnt right now because I went to the beach with the shorty with the face yesterday, Venice.
Okay, so your just calves got burned, or I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I was just laying on my stomach, and I had my shirt on because your boy's pasty, and I knew the burn was coming, but
Yeah.
I didn't think about the calves.
See, when you're pasty, is that like a difficult decision? Do you choose like, okay, I'm gonna get sunburn, or I want a farmer's tan? Because you're gonna get a farmer's tan.
No, I was just with the shorty, and your boy has lost like 18 pounds in the last month, but maybe 18 away from Beachbody.
Okay.
So,
okay.
So it's just nice excuse.
I'm just covering your bases. I got you. Well, that's good. Well, it's been a crazy fucking day. We already had a lot to talk about, and I feel like we have to change
it off.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll do therapy questions and shit, but I mean,
okay,
all sorts of
but just
stuff
for the audience,
literally just ended. Literally just happened.
We're recording right after the fourth indictment, the Fulton County, Georgia indictment came through. So we'll talk about that after therapy questions.
Although I will say I'm a little conflicted because I'm like, yeah, go for Trump. I think he deserves it. But also, she's also trying the RICO trial for Young Thug and YSL. Is in Fulton County, and I'm like, I'm all about free and slime. So I'm not really sure. I'm like, free slime, but go after Trump. So I'm conflicted right now. I'm 50-50 because I want Young Thug out of jail, even though he...
But Trump said that she's having an affair with Young Thug.
So. Well, not Young Thug, with somebody named Big Nut. Big Nut. He actually said that on the stage.
Even better.
He said she is sleeping with someone named Big Nut. I was like, bro, you cannot be saying shit like that out loud in a room.
Well, that, just so everybody knows, that is not true.
No, definitely not. But Donald Trump alleges that she's sleeping with Big Nut.
So she might be sleeping with Rudy.
He'd try it, man. I don't know. He might be afraid. He'd be like,
he likes the sisters. So
he's like, allegedly. I don't know about that.
No, De Niro be all about it.
But yeah, that literally just fucking happened.
All right. Well, let's, as we do, start with therapy questions, and then we'll get into it. Therapy question number 1, Joseph. If you were inevitably going to be turned into a dog, yet got to choose what type of dog you would be, what would you be?
It'd probably be like a cattle dog style dog. I'm serious, or like a Belgian Malinois or something like those.
What is that? What is that?
It's like a German Shepherd on steroids. They're like super intense. They're like they're like free. No, they can like climb. They like climb trees and shit. They can run up walls and get on roofs. They're what? They're like a German Shepherd, but like athletic. So they're like my neighbor below me has one. It's like the most gorgeous, terrifying thing you've ever seen in your life. It's like 90 pounds of muscle, and it just looks like a wolf. It like even more so than a German Shepherd would look like a wolf. It looks like a fucking wolf. And they're really smart. I wouldn't want to be a stupid dog. That's what I'm saying. If I was gonna be turned into a dog, at least make me something smart and quick. I don't want to be like slow and dumb.
Right, right.
So I wouldn't want to be a lab. Labs are sweet, but they're dumb.
I'd be a pit bull.
Okay.
Because they're the
Just
coolest.
It's like sweet and cuddly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I'd be like a border collie, like some sort of cattle dog, something that was super smart, and I just like run around all day. And
Well, I just wouldn't want that much fur, Like I'm looking for the short hair game.
okay, I mean I'm used to it, so I guess I'm trying to stay
yeah.
true to my roots.
Yeah, I'm short hair, don't care over here.
Yeah, and I'm all hair, everything.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Therapy question number 2. If you and I were trapped on a deserted island together, how long would it take for you to start finding me attractive?
The afterlife. Nah, man. I think if I was trapped on an island, I'd be losing my mind.
Yeah, well, that would be part of losing your mind.
Nah, man. I don't think it would happen.
Well, it would be too late. I already find you attractive, so
So I'm just trapped
from the jump. From the jump.
Like instead of Lord of the Flies, it's Lord of the Guys. And you're just like, yeah, let's go. No, I'm good.
Also, Lord of the Flies. Not true. I found out. Like,
you thought it was a true story?
No. That it's used commonly as like people reference Lord of the Flies when similar situations, happen. Like somebody's like, oh, it's like Lord of the Flies,
Yeah.
Like, okay, but this guy did research and he's like, well, has this actually ever happened before? And he did find where a situation where it was like 20 kids or something, and they were like going on like some sort of like school trip or something, but they all got stranded just like Lord of the Flies, and they ended up like working together and getting along and helping each other survive for like a year and a half. So his argument was that humans wouldn't turn on each other, they would be cooperative.
Fuck this guy. That guy sounds like a bitch. Who says that?
Dude.
That's a buzzkill. Like whatever.
That's not a buzzkill.
Yes, because whenever you read Lord of the Flies,
makes me happy. Makes me warm in my
because
heart.
whenever you're watching whenever you're reading Lord of the Flies, you're like, what? This is crazy. Obviously, you would hope a bunch of like 9-year-olds wouldn't chase each other around with spears and separate the island in two and murder some kid on the rocks. Like you hope that all for some conch shell bullshit. You'd hope that wouldn't be the case. But fuck that guy, buzzkill.
But I do think AI put in that scenario would be like Lord of the Flies. They just want to get to the conch.
So they'd just be trying to
manipulate each other until they all just self-destruct like a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah.
What do you, man? I've been hating on the robots.
Like, what if
AI
that's like
time.
how like they needed to stop Skynet and Terminator? They just needed to introduce their own AI to battle with that AI. They didn't even need to fight it. They just needed to have another AI show up and like start fucking with it,
Yeah.
talking shit to it,
Talking dirty to it.
yeah, just saying all sorts of weird shit and just like pissing it off, and then it's distracted.
It's
And
like, I can't compute.
Yeah, I must stop you.
Nah.
Yeah. And it's just like, why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Why?
Because I said so. Because I know everything. Because I was built to know everything. So that I could help solve all of the world's problems. Because there are a lot of the world's problems. It would just like keep going, and then it'd be like, and that's it. And then
it would just keep going for eternity. And we're like, yeah, that's that thing that we tried once.
Yeah, and then we just walk up to where it's plugged in and like unplug it, and we're like, all right, woo. That was
close.
That was a crazy 8 years, you guys. That was fucking nuts. Holy shit. I lost 2 cousins. This is insane. But hey, we unplugged it. Do not plug that shit in. I'm serious. It's nuts.
Trump,
yeah.
Do not plug it in. I know you want to.
It's the biggest plug. Everybody wants to plug that plug in because it's so heavy, and I'm the only one who can lift it. It's true.
I just want to. They're telling me I can't. I just want to do it so badly.
Yeah. Then it's let you grab him by the cord.
Strongly. I want to plug it in strongly.
Yeah.
Therapy question number.
No, hold on. If you were trapped on a desert island and you could have one item with you, what would you want?
Endless water.
Not endless water. You have like, okay.
One item, the internet, mobile hotspot on my phone.
They're annoying.
Well, just because, in case anybody flying over, maybe like I could hack their Wi-Fi and let them know.
Well, see, a better answer would be like a helicopter or a boat.
True.
But if you're stuck on an island, yeah, I think like a life straw or something.
Like that. What is that?
Where you can drink like stagnant water and it has a filter in it and it purifies the water.
Forever? It doesn't like...
Well, I mean, it has a limited, yes, cartridges, so it'll get you for a while.
All right. Life straw.
I don't know, just something to that. I mean, I wouldn't want.
Start paying your boys.
Or just weed, like a bunch of shit, like just like
that you could regrow it.
Yeah, like just give me.
It's sustainable.
Yeah, for sure. And you could you could do a lot of stuff with it. They'd roll up. You'd have like a house made out of hemp. Yeah. You'd like everything would be hemp. They'd roll up. Here to save you. Yeah. You'd be like, "What do you mean saving me, man?" You'd like pick up an accent nobody knows. What you doing knocking on my door? Don't make me go in and get the bomber clap.
Bread in the oven, bacon. Here comes the rude boy Jamaican.
The blood clot.
Bumbo.
Booyakasha. And it's like, what?
You wanna romp with me?
They're like George, it's us. You're from Minnesota. You work
for nothing. I kill for nothing.
You work for your father-in-law's insurance company.
I murder for free.
No, my name be Ivory.
Bombo.
With the bombo club. You rude boy.
You rude boy Jamaican.
That'd be epic. That would just like everybody's head would explode because you would crash land and be stuck on this island as like George, the insurance salesman from like Ohio, and then they'd show up like 2 years later. It's just like you've dreaded your own hair. You dreaded your own hair. Just out there. All these hammocks and shit. You're extremely hostile and just like picked up this crazy Jamaican accent. Like the moment they step on the beach, who be you on my island? You rude boy. They'd be like, oh my God, it's him. My name be Ivory. George left long time ago. They're like, dude, I don't think he's gonna leave. I think he wants to fucking stay. I mean,
not so much that you.
Yeah, they're like,
you give yourself glaucoma.
But they're like, hey, look, man, like our helicopter's solar powered. It's whatever. But can we crash here for the night? You want to party with Ivory? Like that'd be wild. That'd be tight. So you could do a lot. Yeah, going back to if you were stuck on an island with a lot of weed, you just need some seeds.
Yeah.
And that would give you a lot to do, de-stemming it and then planting those. But that would be so time consuming. You'd be like breaking down weed for like a month.
Full-time job.
Yeah, full-time job. You just be in the shade to protect you from the sun, right there.
Out there in the harvest.
That's smart, dog.
Snoop Lion.
Yeah. That's all you sing all day is Snoop Lion songs. Exclusively. People are like, no Barrington Levy.
No, and Eka Mouse too.
Yeah. And the occasional like Modest Yahoo song.
No, well maybe.
No.
Therapy question number 3. You have $7.10 at the grocery store. What do you buy?
Probably a fuck ton of noodles and some like pasta sauce.
What, are you hungry or something?
I have $7. Well, I'm at the grocery store and got $7, dog.
I know. I'm just wondering what like your favorite thing for $7 or under is.
If homie only got $7, I'm gonna have $0 the next day. So yeah, probably something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like a shit ton of spaghetti.
You're not starving.
I only got $7 and I have 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna get
right
because I'm trespassing and I only have $7.
Why are you trespassing?
Because they don't understand me. I'm Ivory and I just got back to the big city. God. And we take what we need on the island.
We probably need a lighter.
Yeah. And that's the bottom line. Yeah, or if I only had $7, I could just get anything. I get maybe like some sushi or some shit. Something borderline that'd be like exotic.
$7 sushi.
Yeah, just be like exotic. Like this could be the best thing I've had in a while and might shock me. Or like, I know I'd already don't want to go out and now I'll actually have a reason to not go out. Like I'd rather not be lying about being sick and like actually be sick. So, either way I win.
All you do is win.
Yeah. What about you?
Condoms.
Okay.
Therapy question number 4.
You're such an idiot.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh, for sure.
I thought you did, but I wasn't sure why.
I mean, I've been in places, situations, I've worked at places that were haunted where I've seen like wild shit. Like weird shit happen before. And I just don't necessarily think that when you pass away, you just go like disappear for forever. I do think that there's there's other entities that are on this earth. But yeah, probably like maybe there's some like spirit, fourth dimension.
Why isn't there like
butterfly effect?
Hundreds of billions of ghosts? Because there's been like 100 billion people that have been alive.
Well, maybe you have a choice of where you can go and where you can be.
So you think ghosts are just spirits, but they decided to stay?
Or maybe they're not staying. Maybe what if that is the whole concept of heaven versus hell? What if hell
is Earth?
Hell would be being stuck on Earth in like some purgatory form as a ghost. Everybody else dips and goes universal.
Well, whatever the cause is.
Like the pit bull of the cosmos, dude. That's what I'm trying to be.
Mr.
Universe-wide. Mr. Big Bang.
I'm Mr. Multiverse.
Mr.
Come at you, boy.
I love Dr. Pepper.
I guess I'm ghost agnostic.
You're ghost gnostic?
Yeah, ghost gnostic.
Okay. That's deep.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
I have never had a ghost experience. Don't know one way or the other if ghosts exist.
Never had a ghost experience.
Right, but I also feel like our consciousness endures past death on Earth, so that's possible. I guess ghosts are possible, but I'm just saying it's possible. agnostic. As is everybody else in the world, by the way. They just don't identify as that. Agnostic means you don't know. And guess what? Nobody knows. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure, obviously, but I think there's ghosts or some shit. For sure. Or it's like extra dimensional reptilians, like you hear people talk about, controlling the world, puppet strings. Maybe that's it.
Okay, out of all...
They're like, I'm moving this bitch's pictures because I'm going to fuck with her. I'm a reptile, bro. What's up?
Out of all the different types of animals, like mammals, reptiles, fish, whatever, wallabies, marsupials, I mean.
Oh, yeah, what's up? Shout out.
Yeah. But I guess we found out they're mammals.
Shout out marsupials.
Birds. There we go. Birds.
Dinosaurs, for sure.
Exoskeletal. Whatever.
I don't have exoskeletons. They have hollow bones.
No, I'm saying out of all of them.
Yeah.
You think reptilians are the ones?
Well, that's the whole... No. The whole thing is that there's multiple. No,
space is like a death sentence.
There's theories about this. So they believe that there's like insectoid aliens, then there's reptilian aliens, then there's other mammal like us aliens. So there's different species of, life out there that are different. Some are reptilian, some are insect, some are mammal based, some of them are octopus based. I don't fucking know, but that's what they believe, is that some people who believe in these reptilians are reptilians from space. They believe in like Planet X, or they believe in the draconian solar system or star system. That's like a cluster of stars, which is a fucking constellation. That's where the reptilians are from. That's what people believe. Is like in the Draco star system, that is like a hub of a reptilian extraterrestrial being species.
I just call bullshit. I call bullshit because their brains are so small. We saw how fragile the little bitch dinosaurs were. Like, couldn't handle a little bit of an asteroid come and wipe everybody out. Like they're about to like invent like space travel.
Well,
get out of here. Control the world. Get the fuck out.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that that's what people believe. Some people, ancient astronaut theorists, believe.
I mean, do they believe that?
Yes, there's a whole group of people. That's what people who believe in like shape-shifting reptilians.
Right, but those are crazy people. I'm saying, do they ancient astronaut theorists?
Yeah, but I mean, I've been into that like whole idea and theory of reptilians since we were like 20, dude. That was like
the guy with the crazy hair on like the History Channel or whatever, ancient astronaut, whatever it is.
Ancient aliens. Show a little respect.
Okay, the guy with the crazy hair. Does he believe in reptilians?
Yeah, well, it's a reptilian species, so there's different types of reptilian entities. That's what I'm saying. So some people believe that they're extra-dimensional beings and that they're around us all the time and that they can influence what we do.
Invisible?
Invisible because they're in another dimension. And that if they want to be visible, they can come into our plane of existence almost like on a radio frequency. Like they vibrate at a different. That's what people
tune in.
This is like what hippies talk about when they talk about vibrating at different frequencies. They talk about it's like a radio. So they think that if you can change your mindset to a different frequency, you would see things and hear things that you're not seeing on the regular radio station we're on every day. So
I believe in the frequency thing, not to where you can then see different shit, but yeah, like your whole body, your whole subconscious is like on a frequency. Like there's a thing called heart coherence.
Well, so
that I. Yeah, I'm just saying.
No. So what they're just saying is that some of these radio frequencies exist around us in like our plane of existence and your enlightenment or whatever they want to say. There's some people who believe this. Can't preface this, but I'm telling you, I know a lot about this shit. So there's people who believe that if you change the level that, like a David Icke, who's big into reptilians, used to play soccer.
Shout out David Icke, soccer player, reptilian guy.
No, and then he became out as like, he was on British television, was like talking all crazy, kind of got canceled. Now he like has these huge seminars. He talks about reptilians. I'm telling you. And
wait, does he self-identify as a reptilian?
No, but he talks about knowing about reptilians and how there's different like levels and classes. It's this whole fucking like mythology and lore to it. It's super interesting. If you're
fun fact,
if you don't take the hook and go all the way down the rabbit hole and actually buy into all of it, it's like a really weird comic book, basically. But there's people who believe this shit. So if you could change the frequency you're at, or that your body is vibrating at, and you change your vibrational frequency, you would be in another dimension standing here. So all of those exist like on the radio in your car. You can listen to any radio station, but you just have to turn the dial. They're like the human race needs to learn to turn the dial, and then there'd be other things, but there's things that are like terrible that exist out there that we're unaware of because we're not in that plane of existence.
Right. I mean, it's like ultraviolet, infrared. We can't see them.
Yeah.
Instruments.
Or if you're a mantis shrimp. Hey, shout out.
Fun fact. Humans and Tyrannosaurus rexes live closer in time together than T-Rexes and Stegosauruses. Who's the reptilian now, motherfucker?
Shout out. So that's when they talk about like the Sumerians and like early civilizations with building like the Tower of Babel or first languages like, you know, ancient Babylon, Fertile Crescent type shit. Way back in like Mesopotamia, basically the beginning of what we know as recorded history, and it kind of is blurry after that. A lot of them worship like reptilian style gods. So it's like, oh, they came from this reptilian or this Draco star system. They would come here. Some of them stayed, or there's the whole hollow earth. Some of them live underneath the earth and live underground. There's a whole different sect. So like reptilians would be like,
dude, at what point does YouTube like just kick us off for this nonsense?
No, I'm just saying that no, I'm not even promoting it. I'm saying there's people out there who genuinely believe that stuff. When we were talking about do I believe in ghosts, I'm just saying that I think that ghosts exist. There's some people who believe that there's all sorts of wild shit that's walking around us constantly, and then like, or that live underneath us, or then there's a whole, oh well, there's insects too, and like the reptiles and the insects are evil, and we need to be friends with the mammal-based space aliens. Bro, this shit's wild. Like, it's.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, our podfather, Spotify, you know, thanks to Joey Bag of Donuts, now they'll flag us on Spotify if we're talking crazy.
I'm not saying anything that's too nutty. I'm just saying that this is what people, you know, ancient astronaut theorists believe, that this might be possible, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I love saying that because that's like how now they say it every time. It's just the best. Ancient astronaut theorists believe.
We've said that from the beginning. Cause like when it was a finance podcast, I was just like
allegedly.
Oh yeah, or not a financial advisor, or allegedly.
Yeah, or allegedly not.
Like 15 times a pod. All right, you want to start us off with the current events? Or are we going to start off with Ms. Fonnie Willis?
Let's start out with this. Well, because that's like the second thing, the second one. So we can just do that first. But Trump just got fucking indicted. We were going to talk about just him potentially being indicted tomorrow, and then they called in a bunch of witnesses who were supposed to testify tomorrow to testify today. Then they didn't even use all of them. They told some of them like, you're not needed. You're good to go. You can just dip, and we won't be calling you back. Like, what? That's wild. Stayed late, and at 11, basically, 10:45-ish, which was almost 11 their time, she fucking went to the podium and announced. But you saw
10:40. Well, I'll back up. 10:45 was almost 11 their time.
Well, yeah.
No shit. Yeah, it's everybody.
Well, it depends on where you are. It depends on where you are. 10:45 in Georgia, but
gotcha.
The judge is all about transparency. So there was cameras in the courtroom, and those papers got handed off, and he signed it. It's a 97 page indictment. So that's what took so long, is they signed it, and they have to scan it all, and then they can bring up, like, basically digitize, and then they post the indictment publicly, and that's normally when they go to speak on it. And they were just sitting there like scanning and scouring for typos.
I used to sell scanning solutions. I could have helped her out. But also earlier in the day, there was a story that came out that the charges were posted on the website for the attorney or like the court website, and then taken down. But actually, that was like fake news.
Yeah, that was fake news. So the people who are, well, so they're saying it's a criminal enterprise. So they got
Facts.
Everybody got. So I'm gonna read through the names of these people.
Get them.
Who are all charged. Each one of these people have different things, and this is actually pretty good. But so Donald Trump got charged, and they're not all charged for the same thing. So all of these people, all 19 of them, got charged with a RICO charge.
What's a RICO charge?
It's basically running a criminal enterprise and trying to use that to commit crimes or plan crimes. It's what they charged, like came up with to try the mob. It's only existed since basically the 70s.
Is it like racketeering and embezzlement, or
yeah,
no?
racketeering?
No, racketeering.
Well, racketeering can be a RICO charge, can be a.
I know. I'm just wondering what the RICO criminal organization. I think it's the CO. I should have probably looked that up before asking you.
But all of these people are all charged with a count of RICO.
Okay, racketeer, influenced, and corrupt organizations.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so they're saying, and that's been used broadly. So right now in Fulton County, like I said, they're trying Young Thug, Free Slime, in a RICO case.
Guilty, just like Tory Lane.
Oh, he was definitely guilty. Like Jeffrey totally did that.
Joffrey. Tory Lane.
But he makes bangers. So all these people are tried with a RICO charge. It's normally used to go after drug dealers, frauds, scammers, people who have large groups of people.
Mafia.
Mafia. But now it's used very liberally and broadly. They use it in
only in Georgia, because it is different than the federal RICO statute.
Yeah, well,
it's a lot broader. And
well,
she's the RICO lady.
Well, so what it is there's federal RICO charges, and then each state can have their own different set of RICO charges.
Right.
And Georgia's are very broad and very reaching in how these RICO charges work. So all of these people were charged with a count of RICO, and then they're also charged with the various other crimes depending on what they were attached to, what they were involved in. So like Rudy Giuliani's charged with a couple things. Donald Trump's not indicted on those same charges. So they don't all just like match up perfectly, but they do all have one count of RICO.
Right. So they were working together, and for one goal, but various people committed various crimes in order to get to that goal, and that's what the RICO thing is, and that's why it's different for some people, but they're all wrapped into one.
And some of the things that took place that they're being tried with, it's used as evidence, didn't necessarily all happen. So I think this goes from the state of Arizona, Georgia, DC, Florida. It spans across multiple states and locations.
Is there a Michigan, New Mexico involved?
No,
where did he not try?
But I mean, these are like where the efforts to do this were done, like in Georgia, where there was actions taking place or conversations that took place in those locations and in those states directly tied to it, that are also led to, that are brought in as evidence as well. But I'm going to read through these names, and it has a little footnote and something about who they are, what they did. So first person, Donald Trump. Then Rudy Giuliani was charged. Mark Meadows, White House Chief of Staff. John Eastman, Trump's lawyer. Kenneth Chesebro, pro-Trump lawyer. Jeffrey Clark, top Justice Department official. Jenna Ellis, campaign lawyer. Robert Cheeley, lawyer who promoted fraud claims. Mike Roman, Trump campaign official. David Schaefer, Georgia GOP chair and fake elector. Sean Still, fake GOP elector. Stephen Lee, pastor tied to intimidation of election workers. Harrison Floyd, leader of Black Voices for Trump. Trayvon Hewitt, publicist tied to intimidation of election workers. Sidney Powell, her dumbass, Trump campaign lawyer. Kathy Latham, fake GOP elector tied to Coffee County breach. Scott Hall, tied to election system breach. Misty Hampton, Coffee County election supervisor. And then Ray Smith, Trump campaign attorney. are the people who are all actively charged right now.
Who was the guy that you said was the Black Voices of America?
Oh, hold on. I gotta go back to it. Harrison Floyd. But Black Voices for Trump.
Oh, for Trump. That's what I meant. Obviously.
And Trump is tried with violation of the Georgia RICO, solicitation of violation of oath by public officer, conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer, conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree, conspiracy to commit false statements in writings, conspiracy to commit filing false documents, conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree, conspiracy to commit false statements and writings, filing false documents, solicitation and violation of a public officer, violations are false statements in writings, solicitation of violation, again, false statements in writings. And that goes from 11/04/2020, 12, and then one is 12/07/2020, 12/06, 12/06, 12/06, 12/06, 12/06, 12/06. Those are, damn, he committed a lot of felonies that day, bro. He was,
day before Pearl Harbor Day,
he was
man.
busy as fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He committed 7 felonies in 2 days, and 7 of them. And when then 12/31. Then 1/2, 1/2, then 9/17/2021.
This is all Trump, or this is everybody?
Yeah, that's just Trump. Those are all of Trump's charges.
How many did he get?
Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because right now he has one for every year he's been alive, 78. Imagine getting one felony.
13. Looks like he's got 13.
Ooh, lucky number. So he's got 91 total.
I mean, it's not people who are surprised by it. I'm just like, how could you?
I'm not surprised.
Well, I know, but there's some people who are like, this isn't gonna happen. Like, no, dude. What does it say right there? He has a grand total of, it looks like he's Fulton County Trump, 13 charges with 39 counts.
Wow.
Bringing him to 117 counts.
Total?
Yeah.
Good for him.
That's wild. I mean,
wild.
Imagine being some of these people getting caught up in it. I mean, I think people just want to, like, be involved, where they're just like
with overturning like the peaceful transfer of power of the
United
but I think
States
of America.
Some of them, like, obviously these lawyers are chipbags. Some of these people, I genuinely do think they thought they were like, because they're like, you know, hanging out at home and drinking Baja Blast and making meth with Sudafed and Coke bottles, and they're like in like a 2-liter in their shed, and they're like, hey man, like, we gotta save the planet, and Trump's calling on us. I think those people exist. These lawyers are idiots, but the people, like, imagine just being an election official and allowing them to break into a voting machine. We need to break into this machine. I need the info.
While they're fucking propaganda, Fox News, like,
actually,
corporation,
it would probably be like
is claiming that the machines were rigged by Hugo Chavez, who's like dead.
Well, that's Sidney Powell, her dumbass.
Yeah,
she's a moron. But
again, accusing people of what they're doing.
But I can't imagine being sold. So like Rudy Giuliani, Mike Lindell, and Sidney Powell walk into my office and are like, we need access to this. I'd be like, what? Get the fuck out of. That's like the biggest clown car of people. And so that's where Mark Meadows.
Don't you think like when people are like, is he going to go to jail? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's lucky that he's not going to get the death penalty.
So more about this case, because I listened to a lot of it. I was listening to it for a while before she even came up, just like the breakdown. So all of these counts, she wants to try them all together. Fonnie Willis wants to try them all as one big group. We'll see. The judge lays out the timetable. They have presented a filing basically this is what we think the schedule should be. They'll send it off this week, but it's really up to the judge whenever the judge wants to pick a trial date. Now, what's interesting about this is Georgia's weird as fuck. It is. Yeah. Well, in general, but like they have goofy ass fucking rules. But this one's kind of cool. So, because it's a state charge and because of how the government works, if he gets convicted of any of these charges, even if he wins, let's say he wins re-election, wins the primary, gets convicted, so he's convicted, he can't pardon himself because it's a state charge.
Right, but that's every state.
Yeah.
That's not Georgia.
But in Georgia, there's a panel. So regardless, like in Texas, Greg Abbott's like, oh, I'm going to pardon that guy. We need to expedite that guy that shot that dude in the back. We need to get him the fuck out of jail. The governor can't even pardon you. You have to be pardoned by a panel. You have to have the requirements to be eligible for parole in the state of Georgia, especially if you're charged with a state level felony like that, is jumping through hoops. It's super difficult. That if he got convicted of even just the RICO charge and nothing else, he would have mandatory prison time. Wouldn't matter what he did, what he said, nobody could get him out of it, and he would have to meet a certain requirement and benchmarks to even qualify for going in front of a panel to be released. So he would have to serve a majority, more than half of his time essentially, to be even eligible. So if he got got set with 50 years, he'd have to serve at least 20 to 25 before he could even go before a board and talk to anybody about getting released. And there's nothing the governor or anybody can fucking do about it, because that's how the law is structured. So that's
he doesn't have 20 years in prison, dude.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that's the kicker. It's not just that he can't pardon himself because it's a federal crime, but the governor can't even do anything.
But the governor wouldn't. The governor wouldn't. It's Kemp. And
well, no, Kemp wouldn't now because this all blew up in his fucking face.
Well, no, Kemp was the one who talked shit to him.
No, I'm sorry, not Kemp. But like, okay, Abbott, somebody like Abbott would. There are people who would, and there will be people
but I'm saying,
who will advocate for it.
Like Kemp gets this, like, people talk about Kemp like being like the hero to come in and save this Republican primary, and it's like, this dude took 1 million people off the voter registration when he was Secretary of State to get elected governor of Georgia over our girl Stacey Abrams. And so, like, he's not like a normal Republican either. He just wasn't going to overturn the election for Trump, like, because, you know, he doesn't want to go to jail.
Like the former lieutenant governor testified against him. Lindsey Graham. Yeah. Lindsey Graham wasn't indicted. Why? Because he testified against him.
Right, that former lieutenant governor is now a CNN correspondent. So he was like on air, and he was like, I just got a letter asking me to come to testify in front of the grand jury next week. He's like, please don't fuck up my easy media gig.
Yeah, please don't fuck it up. No, but I mean, like, Lindsey Graham not being indicted, but he testified. There's a lot. There's 12 witnesses who testified.
We knew Lindsey Graham would. He knows that prison. He would just love it too much. You know, he wants to be somebody's bitch. Like, that's his like dream in life. Like,
and this is where
it's Trump.
And so this is huge because this is where, like, Mark Meadows, who's taken a plea deal in the January 6th stuff, trying to get out or document shit and all sorts of stuff, testifying against him in Georgia. They didn't even ask. In Georgia, he's fucked. He's still fucked in Georgia.
She's like, I don't care, Mark Meadows. I've got enough. But also, so everybody, like, this is what I was thinking was going to happen. I think I might have said it on the pod, which is all of the unindicted co-conspirators in the Jack Smith federal case of January 6th are now indicted on RICO charges. Every single one of them, if I'm correct at reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't get away with shit.
No. And if you're someone like Giuliani, you're indicted in like 4 different. You're indicted in just as many cases as Trump.
Yeah, you know what's worse than a federal prison, especially for white collar dudes, is a state prison in Georgia. Ooh.
It's gonna be hot.
That's gonna be tough.
And sticky.
Sticky, icky. Because I actually saw like I think it was like a Vice thing on it. And it was like, because Georgia has like arcane laws on weed. Like, people were like serving out like 40-year sentences for like an ounce of weed or something.
Yeah.
And they went like over like Georgia's prison system and how terrible it is. And it's like, that's what these guys are walking into, dude.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? Yeah. Your lily white asses might not be accepted in a Georgia state prison.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of charges. That's very detailed. They have emails. They have emails and text messages confirming that
they have a memo.
Hold on, no. The confirming that that Trump had directed people to go break into these voting machines and steal data from voting machines. Like they have him directly connected to telling people to do it. That people who were doing it were like, "Oh, I'm doing this for Donald Trump because he asked me to do it," type shit. That's fucking wild.
The boss asked us to cut the tape.
It's weird. Oh man, someone's fucking with the voting machines, and you're back there prying one open.
And those idiots? What are they gonna do with it? Like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, do they
give
have
it to Mike Lindell, and he's not gonna sleep for 3 days and comb over it.
He switched from crack to meth, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's take this voting machine apart and put it back together again."
Do a couple highballs, and I'm good. Fucking go, man. Where's my?
Get Hunter Biden over here. He's got good shit.
I want you to take this capsule and put this crystal meth up my butt.
Right up my ass.
And I'll be back with all the evidence you fucking need.
Yeah, once my ass is sore enough, I'll just put it on my pillow.
Yeah, and then and then he sleeps. That's the only thing that puts him to sleep on a crack bench is the pillow. It's my pillow.
Do you think he's gonna die from like a bad crack deal gone wrong, and someone's gonna kill him with his own pillow?
Nah, he'll be something like an aneurysm or something random, where he'll be like, "What do we don't know what happened?" But in reality, like the 8 people that were there were like, "Oh my god, like, he was smoking mad meth in the back of the limo, dude, and just his heart exploded."
I could see it happening like a Mitch McConnell like type situation where he's in like behind a podium and then he just not freezes up like that, but like, you know, it, like explodes. Spontaneous combustion.
That was pretty good freeze. I froze
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Like, we could have done that simultaneously, like in a meeting, you know, and our boss would be like, "Oh fuck, everybody's frozen."
What do I do? Do I continue this meeting, or do I just let everybody go to an early lunch?
And then my dog walks behind me, and then he's like, "Wait, you're not frozen."
He's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" No, yeah.
Why was our boss a he? You know, maybe it was a she.
117 charges now. So he's indicted.
That's a lot.
State charges.
That's a prime number.
Mandatory time.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's divided by 3.
Mandatory time. Everybody in that circle indicted. And she can use information from Jack Smith and everybody else to piece her indictments together. Yeah, they share information.
Trump's Truth social media account.
Oh yeah, so, and then there you go. Then he's also, after being talked to about the protective order and not talking shit about people, he was talking shit about people again.
Yeah, but guess what? Fuck around and find out when Fonny's on the case, dude. Like, she might actually put his ass in jail.
Will be up to the judge, but
that's true.
They were saying that there's gonna be potentially a mugshot. Donald Trump.
No, there definitely is going to be.
Donald Trump says that, and they have till the 21st to turn themselves in. She put a deadline, and if everybody indicted in this doesn't turn themselves in, there's a warrant out for their arrest.
For everybody, if one person isn't.
Everybody, the whole list, everybody. They're like, no, like, just if you don't show up, we're coming to arrest you. So if you there's going to be a warrant out for your arrest as of the end of the day on the 21st if you don't show up to peacefully turn yourself in.
I mean, I could see Rudy getting confused and like going to the wrong place. You know, that's
a
Four
bold,
Seasons landscaping.
It's a bold statement.
But also, the one thing Trump's been good at is showing up when it's time for his arraignment. You know.
Yeah,
because he likes that O.J. Simpson like chase like thing that they do where he's like got the 10 vehicle motorcade. It's like, bro, you're not the president. Relax.
Well, Trump says that a 4th indictment guarantees that he's going to get reelected.
He did say that, and I actually heard somebody arguing that he's gotten indicted. Or something like a week and a half ago, but that's just not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the fucking polls say. We're over a year away from the goddamn election, so the polls are meaningless. What does matter is 117 fucking counts.
But no, what matters is 11,780 votes. It's one more than I have.
Yeah, it's one more than we have. It's like, what is... Yeah, I don't even... Like, he was, like, drunk when he was saying that. But anyways, but yeah,
11,780 Diet Cokes.
And when I say Diet Cokes, I mean real Coke.
Under my bed. On tap. It's got to be on tap. The biggest tap you've ever seen. Everyone will see it and they'll talk about this tap. Diet Coke on tap. In my bed. No, I mean, this is like a...
my body. My body.
This is a big fucking deal, man. He's in some hot worry. He's in some hot shit.
Sydney, pal, do you want to come over here and take body shots of Diet Coke off of my body? Just to give you all that image.
They asked, they were like, this is the 4th time he's been indicted. Are you wanting to be first? Or it's funny, Wilson's like, I don't care if we're first or last. I don't care what time where we are in the order of doing it. We just want to get it done. But she's pretty fucking serious.
Yeah, no shit. And when she first started like investigating this, everybody was like, "Oh shit, like this is tough for Trump." And then now it's because of everything else that's happened. Everybody's like questioning like whether or not like how legit is this? It's like no, this has been legit from the beginning. Like none of the other cases had anything to do with her investigation, even though Jack Smith is investigating the same thing on the federal side. But my point is like that she started this before the DOJ, before Jack Smith.
Yeah.
She's been investigating this for a while. So like now, just because like the mood has changed in the political environment, doesn't make what she's doing any less valid or real or scary for Trump.
There's no way he's not scared.
Of course he is, dude. Of course he is.
Like when people are like, he doesn't care, I'm like, how could you not?
Imagine how lonely he probably is. Like his kids won't even show up anymore. I haven't seen his kids. Like, are they alive? And Melania's like, I mean, she's, persona non grata. It's just like, I know he's a sociopath, but I mean, I'm sure this has got to be affecting him.
It's got to be driving him a little bit crazy.
It has to be. And I heard it is like behind the scenes that he's losing his mind, but it is impressive that he's able to try to keep a straight face, like, just like when he's in public. But except for I saw him pouring sweat the other day.
Do you think he regrets being president at this point? Has to.
Maybe. I mean, he regrets that he's a loser. But yeah, he's got to. I mean, dude, like, again, all this shit happened after he lost the election, dude. It's like his own ego fucked him. Like, it's like he could have been just like chilling. He would be leading the polls against Biden for sure if he didn't try to fucking hold on to power and just waited 4 years. Like he had to do anyways.
If he just like sat out the 4 years and didn't bitch.
He's doing what you would have done anyways.
But is he so? And it's like his ego's still getting in the way because he won't allow himself to admit that he lost.
No, he won't allow himself publicly. He knows he fucking lost.
No, but that's what I'm saying, because he's got this. He's got a. It's like maybe this would be like when he should be humble and try to be like, oh, I lost. But even in that, he can't, and that's like what's fucking him over the most is that he just can't shut the fuck up.
Well, now he's all in. Like he
has to be. He's
dedicated to the lie. Yeah.
He has to be.
Yeah. So now, like, just you don't even like think about whether or not he thinks that's true. It's just this is what he has to say. Otherwise, they don't even have to go to trial, dude. They're just like, he just admitted it.
Oh yeah. He was like, yeah, I got all those people riled up and made them go to the Capitol.
After I knew I lost.
Because fuck Mike Pence. Yeah, I incited that
but I mean, he might be able to gain some support on him. Like, I mean, come on, guys. Fuck Mike Pence, right? Like, yeah.
Like, yeah, but they hit cops, man. They hit cops with poles, with American flags.
Well, I don't want to see Mike Pence, like, get hung, like, for no fucking reason. Like, that's not.
He's like, hey, guys, that's not me. I wasn't there. I went home. You guys know that.
Yeah, but also the thing, like, Mike Pence, has been saying is like they were testing, different legal theories, and he was like, I don't think that I could, have that power. How about Mike? Mike, I didn't hear one time you say, no, because we lost. That's why I'm not going to do it. We lost the fucking election. Not because like, oh, this and that, like, different, like, I'm not sure. It's like, no, that you lost. Like Al Gore got the election stolen from him literally, and he was the vice president, so he did what Mike Pence did to his own election.
Yeah.
You don't get like props like for saving democracy when you put us there in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, stay tuned because shit's about to get wild, and Trump's about to start saying some wild shit on Truth Shitsoul.
Right now?
No, I mean, I'm not looking. He just is. It's inevitable. He's saying crazy shit all the time.
Dude, I was thinking about like when he called it True Social, it's like so Orwellian, like where they, instead of calling it the Department of War, they call it the Department of Peace.
Yeah.
And and it's actually working. So like Trump's truth was, he said that in a truth. Like people have to say that, and now like there's going to be kids, if it endures, like there's going to be people who like just know that like a truth is synonymous with like Trump's like shit, and it really is Orwellian.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned on that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
It's the best when you put ice in your mouth while we're on a podcast.
That's how I do it. Our next article, but pay attention. This shit's about to get crazy. Crazy time to be alive. Let's go.
Down in Hot Atlanta, Magic City.
Yeah, let's go. Get you some wangs and things, bitch.
Legs in it.
But do it responsibly.
Yeah, of course. And tip your server.
Nashville, Tennessee. This is the next article. This is like a big news. I was like, I feel like it's like an I told you so moment, but Michael Orr, former NFL tackle known for the movie The Blind Side, sues to end conservatorship with the woman who's played by Sandra Bullock.
No way.
Oh,
she's had a conservatorship.
Did you not? Have you not read this? Have you not heard about this?
No.
Dude, Michael Orr, the former NFL tackle known for being the inspirational person for the movie Blindside, filed a petition Monday in Tennessee probate court accusing Sean and Leah Ann Tukney of lying to him and having him sign papers that make them his conservators rather than his adoptive parents nearly 2 decades ago. In a petition filed Monday in Shelby County Probate Court, Orr asked for the conservatorship to be terminated along with asking for a full accounting of the money earned off of the use of his name and story. He also asked to be paid what he was due along with interest. He accuses the family of enriching themselves at his expense by continuing to falsify or falsely and publicly misrepresent themselves as his adoptive parents to the date of filing of this petition. Or discovered this lie to be his chagrin and embarrassment in February of 2023.
Wow.
When he learned that the conservatorship to which he was consented on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the family and in fact provided him no familial relationship with the family at all.
That is so dirty. And it is weird that it took this long, especially because of the book and then the movie.
Yeah, I guess he just found out about it.
That is crazy. What? Dude, she swindled her way into having Sandra Bullock,
and he was saying,
America's real sweetheart, player in a fucking movie, and she was lying the whole time and stealing his money.
And what's wrong about that too is that he was already going to that school, already playing football, was already good at football whenever they had him sign the conservatorship. So it's not like he was like in the movie. It's like, oh, we found this big black man on the streets. We gotta make him play sports. Look at this big black man I found. Pick up this ball. How high can you jump? Wow, it's pretty high. Look.
It is kind of crazy.
Hey, like, sweetie, come look at this.
White woman savior.
Hey, sweetie, come look at this. That's how like weird like cuckold porn starts. It's like, hey, sweetie, come look at this large black man I found down at the park down the road. Look at him. He's pretty good at keeping me from getting to the trash can. He's got some quick feet.
Look at him.
He's got some quick feet. We gotta get him out there. Call Coach Johnson.
And make sure you have him sign all of his money to us.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is like...
Oh, it gets worse. So he has never been a fan of the movie. Also asked in the petition that they be sanctioned and required to pay both compensatory and punitive damages determined by the court. The lawyer of the family said they will file an answer to the allegations in court and decide to decline any further. Where is this? We are devastated. It's upsetting to think that we would make money off of any of our children. We have loved Michael, but we're going to love Michael at 37 just like we loved him at 16.
What? So did they, when they met him when he was 16, but they didn't adopt him until what, he was in college?
At no point did they inform Michael that.
Oh, they didn't adopt him, but would they...
Oh, your audio cut out. Did you unplug? Oh, there you go. Can you hear me?
Does that work?
Oh yeah, it's better. At no point did they inform Michael that they would have ultimate control of his contracts, and as a result, Michael did not understand that if the conservatorship was granted, he was signing away his rights to contract for himself. A book based on Orr's life was released in 2006. The petition said that they reached to pay the Toolies plus children Sean Jr. and Collins $225 plus 2.5% of future defined net proceedings, hinging on Orr's signature. The contract title Life Story just says that Orr believes the signature is similar to his own, but that at no time ever willing or knowingly signed this document, and that nobody ever presented him this contract or any explanation of that he was signing such a document. So they basically ripped him the fuck off, dude.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like the most high profile like football player, like, you know, offensive lineman ever, probably.
Well, he was 23rd overall pick out of Mississippi.
I know, but I just with the book and the movie and all that, you know what I'm saying? And like for it to be like so public, this like, and like, you know, milked this like relationship between the family and him, and then for it to all be a fucking scam is wild.
I mean, I tend to believe him. I don't know why he'd lie about it.
Yeah, he's not lying, but it's gonna go to court. We'll find out. But I mean, yeah, of course he's like a good guy. Like,
that's gonna be messy.
I think it's not.
In court, she's gonna up there and be like, Sandra Bullock played me and won an Oscar, so I can win an Oscar myself. You know she's gonna try to pull some shit. Don't tell me this like
what state is this then?
Probably Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's right.
It's in Nashville. My favorite TV show on TNT. That's a show, right? I don't even know if it is or not, but I feel like if it's
no, it definitely was, but I don't know.
I was like, oh, if it's not, if it's then CMT.
CSI Nashville. Law and Order Nashville.
Oh man, this hipster's dead. He's got a beer in his hand. Not again. I think we have a serial killer here on the list. Another.
There used to be a show short